Welcome to belysning.
You are not broken.
You are out of balance.
And there is a path home.
This is for Felinus Belysnake,
From the Alaska ulfhednar.
ancestral morning light for those
who have been through hell.
and are still standing.
This nonprofit has a sliding scale guidance
At alaskaulfhednar.org/guidance.
for Felinus Belysnake.
Begins now.
Every day, someone's little girl, daughter, sister, girlfriend, fiance, wife, cousin, mother, auntie, grandmother, great grandmother, elder, disappears, shattering a family, a community, the world. There is something we can all do. Remember them.
Good morning and happy Wotan's Day to you. Today we celebrate and embrace the energies of Wotan's search, Wotan's quest for wisdom, how he traveled throughout the realms to discover that which he needed to understand and to embrace. Today we talk about the drums of renewal, of being reborn into a wisdom, into an intellectual interchange within the mind, where we claim sovereignty, where we claim to have the control. Yes? Today we will talk about this. But before we get started today, as always, I want to say a huge thank you to all of you who have liked, followed, subscribed on whatever platform, whether it be the KWWP radio, whether it be our friends and family at New Reality TV, newrealitytv.com, of course, a spiritual streaming channel dedicated to the plethora of perspectives of our spiritual growth. Something there will resonate with you to help you along your journey. Well, today is Wednesday, and when we think about Wotan, and who would later go on to become known as Othin, we're reminded of his eternal quest for wisdom. And when we think about that quest, we must remember what is wisdom. Many have said, well, it's a combination of these things, and it's intellect and knowledge, and it is just the collection therein that allows us to establish this second level of intellect, this higher level of intellect. Well, I disagree. Wisdom is when the energy of intellect interlaces with the energy of our life's experience through our interpretation. We must remember that intellect comes in many different forms. But it's not until we experience that intellect in the wild, in our everyday life, where we are kind of educated in its use, not only as its only piece of intellect, but its overall interactivity in our everyday lives. So it is the experience that then builds a matrix within the mind, connecting connecting the many different facets of intellect already gained. It builds a level of application. Maybe that's what it is. A level of application of the intellect. This is the experiences part. This is why we see in the sagas where Odin was willing to trade an eye, a physical eye, that he may drink from the well of Urd, knowing that the well of Urd possessed all the experiences of all the existences in all the realms, all of which fed back through a central line within the individual back to the tree Yggdrasil, and Yggdrasil, of course, circulated these experiences not only to those close by, but through the many branches into the trunk, all the way down to its roots. Its roots, of course, divided into three major wells. One of those wells, of course, being the Well of Urd, or, as it's referred to in some of the sagas, the Well of Mimir. This well contained one of the roots of Yggdrasil. It was guarded by three sisters, the Norn. These sisters, of course, represented that which was, that which is, and that which will be. Odin would make a contract with them that he would donate one of his eyes that he may drink from the well to garner the reflections of all the experiences throughout the realms in the water. He drank and he absorbed all of the experiences from the water in the well. Now, my family, my ancestry, speaks of a time that Odin would take after drinking from the well, where he would spend 9 days and 9 nights processing, almost in a trance, as he absorbed these experiences into the intellect within his mind, thereby building all of the matrices necessary for this knowledge. One of the things that has become apparent over the last year through visions with my ancestors is that wisdom is not only the matrix at which creates this higher level of intellect, but it is also the foundation at which imagination spawns, which seems to fit. If you think about our imagination and we think about experiences that we've had in our lives, they kind of set us up going into a new experience. If it's similar to this or similar to that or similar to this other thing, we're kind of keyed in on that. Our imagination then begins to build the scenes based on that current experience. Fills in some of the blanks and some of the holes. It's really important that we think about our input sensory processing as only being about 60% sensory input. 40% of what we take in each and every heartbeat is imagination. It's imagined. It may be buffered a little, it may be altered a little, it may be changed a little, but nonetheless, 40% of our incoming sensory input is imagination. So as we complete the thought process and the energy is deposited into our memories, that energy, that stored energy within our mind, feeds this thread, if you will, that then wraps back to feed our sensory input. So it becomes kind of a cycle. Imagination can be brutal. Why? Because it's unfiltered. So we imagine quite a bit. As we see things in our world, those experiences may trigger connections to imagination that may not be founded in reality at all. Similar things, parallel processing, parallel kind of ideas and what we're experiencing. As I spoke to the ancestors and we spoke about sensory input, we talked about what we see, hear, touch, taste, smell. They reminded me that we are but physical forms. We are flawed at our very core, and there's a reason for that. We are going to provide a level of interactivity. We're going to provide that imagination that is going to alter the experience that we have based on who we are, what we've already experienced, what we are, even at our DNA. That's going to alter this picture, this processing of our sensory input. So, when we consider the experiences that we are having, the experiences that we are receiving, we have to remember first, much of it is our imagination. First point. Second point, the input that we are receiving is flawed. Our eyesight may be failing in age, our hearing may be failing in age, or just, we've listened to loud music, and so our hearing is not as good as it used to be, right? Our tastes, our smells, our sensory of feeling. Our hands may be calloused from work. There's a ton of different things that will alter that input before it ever reaches the mood ring. That feeling that we are our internal weather, if you will, which will then additionally manipulate the sensory input. This is the reason our ancestors have spoken to me about clarifying. Are we seeing what we really see? Are we hearing really what we heard? Or has our hearing or sight diminished a little over time, especially as the beard grows longer, and thereby altering with also this imagination feed? So the image that we're seeing, the experience that we're having, could be substantially altered from what's really occurring. How many times do we stop and just think, process the experience that we're having, instead of allowing the emotional energy to escalate, to grow, to create imagination, again, feeding now the sensory input going forward. So this is a very important part of learning to be human, learning through human sensory input. we have to remember it's flawed, and it's flawed for a reason, if that makes sense. Okay. Well, it is time that we hear from the gods. And today, of course, being Wotan's Day, we ask for wisdom and guidance. We ask for him to deliver to us this wisdom to help us to make choices that are occurring in our lives. So, today's rune, Isa. Isa, or the rune of ice, speaks of a couple of very interesting factors. One, many people think that travel, when you are experiencing the rune of ice, can indeed be treacherous, dangerous, slip and slide. It can be difficult to traverse long distances. Yet, if we were to stop for a moment, metaphorically, to put on our ice skates, we could exceed our normal rate of speed for the travel. We must be willing to look at challenges and obstacles and those things that would push back on us to say, no, I want to see it a different way. One of the things that the rune of ice brings to us is this idea of the unity of being, of accepting ourselves as both the difficulty in traveling and the potentiality of ice skates to travel much faster than we normally would. Both of those reside within us. So, a unity of being. Okay, my friends, we must take a very quick commercial break. When we come back, I want to talk us through putting these drums and certainly the experiences of Wotan into our lives today, so that we may live in a more, a better understanding of the experiences that we're having, and more importantly, find that peace within our mind. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
Feed the four-footed crew right. Zeal Pet Foods keeps ingredients honest and energy steady. Check out all their options and all the links in our webpage at sponsors.
It's happening.
It's in the air. The time is now.
We're all waking up.
We're waking up.
We're all waking up.
It's all shifting.
New vibrations.
It's you.
It's you.
It's me. It's all of us.
Together.
A new time.
A new day.
A new energy.
A new energy.
New reality.
Awaken with us.
Awaken with us.
Awaken with us.
NewRealityTV.com.
Level up your language in minutes a day. TalkPal AI gives instant feedback and real practice. Try it and try the link in our description.
These words are stirring something heavy in you. You don't have to carry it alone. Sliding scale spiritual guidance with sessions outside normal business hours is available through the Alaska ulfhednar. Visit akulfhednar.org/guidance to book a free discovery session.
welcome back, and thank you for taking that quick commercial break with us. We deeply appreciate our friends and family at newrealitytv.com. We can only begin to express our appreciation for including us in that clan and welcoming us with open arms. So do please check them out, newrealitytv.com, dedicated to a multitude of spiritual perspectives that will resonate. Some will resonate with you to provide you with your next step of whatever that looks like for you. So remember, we're all unique, so having a multitude of these spiritual perspectives is a wonderful thing. Okay, so today our topic is the Drums of Renewal. And in the Drums of Renewal, we're talking about being quote-unquote reimagined, rebirthed, if you will, with a different perspective. We're talking about shifting the way we look at the experience that we call our physical lifetime. We're looking at that from a different need, from a different understanding. We've also talked today about the alteration and the manipulation of that sensory input that we're taking in every minute of every day, and reminding us that we have the potential of change. We can change our perspective. We can change the way we look at or hear or taste or touch or smell. We can alter that in a multitude of ways. The first way, obviously, we've spoken of, and this is the recognition of a very big part of our sensory input is not actually what we're seeing or experiencing, it's what we're imagining. We're putting pieces together in a premonition type of way that we may engage the fight, flight, fawn, or freeze. We're putting that together in a way that will keep us safe, that will keep us moving in the direction that we're wanting to go. So 40%, almost half of what we're experiencing is our imagination. When I say it's our imagination, I don't want us to say, oh, well, it's not this grandiose thing. It's not, purple bubbles and bananas. No, imagination isn't always purple bubbles and bananas. Imagination may be so subtle, we miss it. We assume it's real. It can be so small. So we must be cautious and question that which we receive, that which we understand to be the reality that we're seeing or experiencing. We need to question it. Excuse me. We need to embrace the idea as to what we are experiencing may not, in fact, be what other people are experiencing the same event. They may see it very differently, and that's okay. Even those whom we love, whom we share our heart with, may see and experience differently. And that's okay. Not only is it okay, it's beautiful, because it provides us with additional perspectives at which we can, in sometimes hindsight, in sometimes alteration to our wisdom, that we may see it differently the next time. So it's important that we maintain these different perspectives in our lives. I hope today's enlightenment, particularly about Wooten, I hope that it serves you well. And I hope that you understand that you're not wrong. You're not bad. And most importantly, you are not broken. You are different. You may represent or recognize experiences very differently than even a sibling or a parent or a significant other. And that's what makes life so wonderful, so full, is as we begin to communicate and to allow them to pass on that experience through their eyes to us. It's a gift. My friends, I wish you the very best Wootens Day. Hopefully, with the technology now hopefully fixed, we will see you tonight, where we will answer a question that you've posed through email or through chat. And we will answer that question, and for one lucky person this week, whom we've chosen to make a show with about their question, we will send them a free t-shirt. So their shirt is en route as we will answer the question online. So I hope that you will join us for that. That happens tonight, 6:30 Alaska time. I hope you will join us for Sportsmal Bazvaret. And then tomorrow, of course, we embrace the power of Thor. So I hope you will join us for that. In the meantime, please stop by my website, author.akoutlaw.com. There you can find Rewriting Your Emotional Recipes. Check out that book. It's an ebook. You can download it from kobo.com and check that book out. It speaks through the 8 links of the thought process as described by my ancestors. So check that book out. It's only $16.99. You put it on your phone, read it wherever you go. All right? So do check that out. And we will see you again this evening and then, of course, tomorrow morning. I wish you the very best, and we will see you soon. Love and light.
Fulfillinos. Una. Hjälpas med. Magnify. Tu för og. Kaliot.
If what we've touched today hits something raw for you, you don't have to carry it alone. We offer a sliding scale spiritual guidance with sessions outside normal business hours. Visit akulfhednar.org/guidance to book a free discovery session.